Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes,
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture.
Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZedGamesAU.
Hello. You are listening to Zed Games on 4ZZZ. I am Rani, and in studio with me is
Caroline.
This is my first time running the panel all by myself. I'm unsupervised, guys. We're here. I'm very excited. I'm not actually that nervous. I'm more excited. This has been a long time coming. How are you?
I'm alright.
Yeah? You've been playing... What have you been playing?
I've been playing Pokemon.
You've been playing Pokemon, the new one?
Yeah. I've not been enjoying it.
Yeah? I feel like there's some stuff coming up. Well...
Next week.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, you're taking the review. You've got it for us.
Yep.
Alright, yeah, okay.
I've been told I cannot do a 20-minute review, though.
No. I think our show isn't quite long enough for that. Maybe when we get to the whole 2 hours of going, then we will do that. But today, this week, we have the news.
Mm-hmm.
As always, we love the news. You did the news.
I did do the news.
So this will be exciting.
Hopefully.
We have a review from our wonderful, wonderful Zahra.
Yay.
And then we're going to chat a bit about what we were doing on the weekend. What were we doing on the weekend?
What did we do on the weekend?
We were at Geo 423, which is quite possibly the highlight of my entire year. I look forward to it every year.
Yeah.
Did you do it last year?
No.
So this is your first year.
Yeah, I wasn't with Zed Games last year, so it was my first time.
See, I've been here too long, I don't even know who's done what. But, I don't know. We don't have so many voices in the studio this week, so we might just get into the news, and then we've got time to chat about it. So
we do.
I'm going to put the news on, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, let's get informed.
Here we go.
This week in gaming news, Games Awards. The 2022 Game Awards will be held on Friday, December 9th at 10:30am to 1:30pm, Australian Eastern Standard Time. There are 31 award categories, including Game of the Year, Best Indie, Most Anticipated Game, Innovation in Accessibility, and Best Art Direction. In addition to this, there are the Game Awards Future Class, which is 50 inspiring individuals who represent the bright, bold, and inclusive future of video games. Composer Maze Wallen and designer Chantel Ryan are two Australians that have been included in the 2022 Games Awards Future Class list. Chantel Ryan is the director of the game studio We Have Always Lived in the Forest, and produces experimental narrative games and systems built upon disruptive language technologies. Maze Wallen has produced audio for games such as Godfall, Receiver 2, Wayward Strand, and Cosmic Express. Their focus is on 3D spatialized audio and dynamic music. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet get patched. A whopping 1GB patch was made available on the 1st of December. Nintendo's support website stating that the patch includes Season 1 of Ranked Battles, fixing an issue that caused music not to play correctly during the Elite Four and Top Champion battle, and lastly, other select bug fixes. They have also acknowledged that many players may encounter issues that affect the game's performance. Given that this has been the buggiest Pokemon game ever released, this is an understatement. VR Showcase Winter 2022. The Upload Gaming Showcase 2022 streamed this morning and showcased exciting game updates, announcements, and exclusive reveals. Some of these are Call of the Sea VR by Out of the Blue, a mysterious adventure game where you solve puzzles and maybe become some sort of sea monster? Intriguing. Across the Valley by Fusion Play is a VR farming simulator for those who want their cow milking to be more immersive. Mask Maker by Inner Space VR is a puzzle game where you play a mask maker's apprentice. Survival Nation by Wankley Studio is an outdoor adventure sim with added zombies. And The Signifier by Play Me Studio is a detective thriller that has you using victims' dreams to solve crimes. And now for the releases. On December 8, we have Chained Echoes for the PC, PlayStation, Xbox and Switch, Necrobouncer on PC, The Rumblefish 2 for PC, PlayStation, Xbox and Switch, Witch on the Holy Night for PlayStation 4 and Switch. December 9, we have Dragon Quest Treasures for the Switch and Jitsu Squad for PlayStation and the Switch. December 12, we have Wavetale on PC, PlayStation, Xbox and Switch. December 13, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion on PC, PlayStation, Xbox and Switch. High on Life for the PC and Xbox Series X. And finally, on December 14, The Witcher 3 comes to PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. And that's all this week in gaming news.
Thank you so much, Caroline, for
You're welcome.
this week in gaming news.
A fresh helping of
I feel
news.
like we're not going to talk about Pokemon because you're going to talk about it next week.
I have so many things to say about Pokemon!
But the Games Awards are an interesting one. How was that? What
Yes.
have we got?
It hasn't happened yet. That
Yep.
happens tomorrow morning. I know there's a sort of community voting thing. There was a feud between Genshin Impact and Sonic fans.
A feud.
Yes.
Okay.
They were vying for the most votes. I think Genshin Impact was winning last time I checked.
Which
And
was
there's I don't know.
like a couple of days ago or something.
Last night.
Yeah.
There's accusations of Genshin Impact developers buying votes with promises of currency if they win.
I don't know. I tried playing Genshin Impact. I never really got into it. I feel like I waited forever for it to install on my phone and then I just kind of gave up, which is a story that has happened before. That's
I've
not
never
new.
played it, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
know nothing about what it. All I know is gacha game, and so I shall steer clear lest I spend $50 million on waifus.
Oh yeah, you did. You spent a lot of money on Overwatch, didn't
Yeah.
you? So you would be.
I really wanted the Halloween Mercy skin. I
Yeah.
think I spent $75, $80.
So you're the reason
$90.
that new law about loot boxes is coming in.
Probably, yes. They heard my cries and were like, well, we need to make this a law to protect this Dumbo.
Yeah, that's. I guess that's fair enough. Somebody's got to look out for us. And then there's the VR showcase. I, for one, want to be able to milk cows more accurately in VR. Not that I play VR. Yeah, I don't know. How are you?
That squeezing action.
Do you have to? They have triggers on them, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so
I
you-
haven't actually played with a VR headset.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what? So you have to pull down and squeeze the trigger.
I'm guessing you got to do that, and
Oh
that's-
dear. Oh man. Nothing quite. Oh no. That's not. I don't think that is actually. I love it, but I hate it.
Yeah.
You know.
That was just the one thing that stuck out to me from that trailer. I'm like, oh, it's VR cow milking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other stuff like crops and sheep. The sheep.
There's sheep. Okay, we love sheep.
You can shear a sheep,
Oh, I would shear a sheep.
but that wasn't quite as disturbing as
The VR more accurate
Yeah.
cow milking. Yeah. I can see why. But, you know, we do tend to love animal themed games. I'm
Yeah.
thinking there's a list going in my head of Goat Simulator went off, Untitled
Yeah.
Goose Game, Animal Crossing, but you know that's
Stray.
kind of loose. Yeah, Stray.
Stray, which is actually up for a few awards.
It
from the
is, isn't it?
games Awards things.
And then Pokemon just is not having a good run, is it? It's not having a good release. I didn't buy it. It's the first Pokemon game I did not pre-order.
You made a wise choice.
This is good. I
You
didn't
saved
have
money
$80 to
and,
waste.
There's an interesting bug that a Slowbro will just appear in every single room that people go in.
Oh yeah,
How? Why is this happening?
couldn't tell you.
No.
I could not.
I don't
tell
think
you.
the devs even know, otherwise it wouldn't have been there in the first place.
Just a little Easter egg that even they don't know about. And
Yeah.
then are there any games coming out that you're actually looking forward to?
Ooh. No, I don't think so.
I wasn't aware that The Witcher 3 wasn't already on the PS5 and Xbox Series X.
I haven't actually played The Witcher 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's one of my
thinking-
all-time favorites.
I keep on thinking I should play it.
You should, but it is a game to easily, lose yourself in.
Well, I have nothing but time. It's holidays.
Yeah.
Tis
Oh,
the
yeah.
season to get absorbed into a game.
This is true. I started my holidays today. It was my last day of
nice.
work. I'm
Congratulations.
not at uni anymore. Well, I will be again. But,
Mm.
I am looking for games to spend my entire day playing, and I downloaded Red Dead 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh.
So I have played a little bit of Red Dead before, but I have not played Horizon. So I'm looking forward.
Either.
Really? I thought you would have played Horizon.
No.
Yeah. I
No,
thought
I
that
did
maybe you
not.
would have.
I think
Anyway.
I have it, but I didn't play it.
the Steam library of unplayed games. It's like the ever-growing to-be-read pile of books. Anyway, I'm Rani, and in studio with me is Caroline. And we just had a light go off because we just got a subscriber, so thank you very, very much for keeping us on the air.
Thank you.
It's always exciting. It's more exciting during Radiothon, but I sometimes find it a little bit more exciting when it just goes off in the regular rest of the year.
In real life.
In real life. When we're not constantly pushing, it's so much more exciting. You something's flashing and you get so excited.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for the gift.
Yes, thank
of
you for the
flashing
gift.
lives.
Lives?
Oh my
Well, it
goodness.
keeps us alive as a radio station. So, and what better day to do it than for Triple Z's birthday?
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
For
We
Triple
have
Z.
our birthday party after. Well, actually, it's going on right now. It's we're here. They've kicked off at the bright side, but we are going to hear from Zahra. Zahra has a review for us from about the Entropy Centre. So we're gonna leave you now, and we're just gonna let Zahra take over for you.
Thank you, Zahra.
Hey, okay, so don't panic. You're at the Entropy Centre. It's severely overgrown, there's no living people around anywhere, you only have an AI assistant named Astra for company, the facility is crumbling around you, and Earth is facing a cataclysmic event, but hey, I have faith that you're capable. The Entropy Centre is a first-person puzzle platformer with a realistic art style, plenty of puzzles, quirky jokes, and of course a gun that allows you to control time. Sort of. It's up to you to figure out what's going on, piece together what happened, how you ended up there to begin with, and just how you're going to save Earth. And also figure out if Astra is secretly evil. Look, I've been burned before by sassy robots in mysterious science facilities. So, the mechanic that all these puzzles are based around is, well, Astra, or rather, the device she powers. This device, which I'll refer to as the time gun, allows you to reverse an object in space-time by up to 30 seconds. What does this mean? You can rewind an object. Small objects, cubes, jump boxes, or giant objects like an entire walkway, walls, or pillars. Or the Earth. What results is a lot of solutions requiring you to think backwards through the puzzle, imagining the steps required and then actually acting it through. There are a few things the devs did that makes this entire process more intuitive and forgiving, as I'm sure you can imagine things getting out of hand quite quickly. It's not so much as rewinding the last 30 seconds with that object, but the 30 seconds worth of interaction you had with that object. That means if you move it around the puzzle the way you need to, and then put it down for longer than 30 seconds, you won't just rewind through 30 seconds of the object just sitting there. You can see the rewind path of the object, you can pause it in place at any point, and you can stop the time manipulation at any point. You can also just pick it up again. It's one of those things where after you mess around for a couple of minutes, the logic of it just clicks into place, which allows you to focus on solving the problems. The game also introduces new puzzle elements a bit at a time, giving you plenty of practice with each new piece as the puzzles get more and more complicated. But Zahra, why are we solving puzzles when the Earth is in more than one piece? Well, when you see a puzzle and your brain hurts from thinking, that generates entropy energy, and entropy energy is just what you need to power the facility and allow you to reverse whatever is happening to the Earth. But the Earth is huge, right? So you need a lot of energy. But you're not alone. You have Astra with you, of course, with those cat facts you subscribe to. But she can't give you the puzzle solutions, otherwise you won't think and you won't produce delicious entropy energy. Overall, it's a lot of fun, and it's satisfying, solving problems and getting to move forward. As you do, you find old emails, old files, and something else. Gradually, you'll piece together what's happened, frustratingly slowly. Why are you the only human here? Where is this place? How come you have no memory of anything? However, this is also the first game I've encountered significant performance issues on my computer, and I'm not too sure if it's all me. Technically it should run fine, and I have all the settings and the resolution quite low, but I'm still having significant drops in frame rate, enough that some of the platforming becomes more challenging. Not enough to stop me, however, and I think there's something to be said for the fact that everything is quite readable even at the lowest graphical settings. Which leads me into my next frustration. There are some scripted events in the game that I don't see, but my character is supposed to have seen it. I'm not sure if I'm just looking at the wrong spot, or if it's actually not being triggered correctly, but there's something around, I just have no idea what. I think it's a cat? Auditory, the experience is quite stressful. I'm in a facility that's collapsing with a planet that is also collapsing, and the alarming sounds of concrete crumbling and metal groaning is all around me, making some sequences quite intense. Most of the time the music is quite chill, background noise, but atmospheric, invoking images of being all alone here. Slightly eerie, but the idea of someone else being around is infinitely scarier somehow. Astra definitely isn't like another helpful scientist AI. She is artificial, sure, and she is witty, but her upbeat delivery feels a lot more sincere. Her backhanded compliments as well. I like puzzles. I've always enjoyed riddles, logic puzzles, I also love puzzles that surround a main mechanic such as with Portal or Superliminal, and I love that sense of humour in those games with a bit of sass directed at you. I also enjoy the fact that the character I play as does respond and interact with Astra and to the events that are happening. She's got some wit of her own, and she's always asking the big questions like, where am I, and what's going on, and literally what just happened to the Earth, which I find refreshing in the protagonist. I need more people to realise that what's happening is actually bonkers, and we really should be asking for more information. There were a couple of points where I approached things with a bit too much confidence and ended up getting crushed by pillars, but it also doubles as an opportunity to understand time gun better. Overall, I enjoyed the Entropy Centre. I really enjoyed how easy it was to learn to use the time gun, but also how complex it could get, and that solving puzzles in reverse is a fun way to tackle the problem. Now we just need to put the Earth back together. The Entropy Centre is developed by Zed Games and published by Playstack London. It is available on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
Hello, you are listening to Zed Games. I once made a Knuckles cake when that meme was really big. For my friend's birthday, I made him a Uganda Knuckles cake. It was my proudest moment, obviously. But no, sometimes, okay, going back to Zahra's review, sometimes I hate being on this show because then I just want to play all of the games. And I can't play all of the games. I want to, but I can't do that. Yeah.
There's so much time in the day, in the week, in the month.
In the year. There's only whatever that... I'm not going to do it. I was going to do it. I was going to reference the Rent song. The 525,600 minutes?
Oh.
Yes, that one. I was going to do it, and now I have had to do it. And, yeah, that's okay. what we're going to chat about now is Geo 423, which is my highlight of the year. But it was your first year.
Yes,
doing,
it was.
Game On.
Yes.
So how was it?
It was good. Terrifying at first, and then only slightly less terrifying.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I did. I got to be up on a stage and talk to people.
For our listeners who wouldn't know what Game On 423 is, how would you describe it? What would you say?
A lot of people in a room, and they have games, and you get to play those games.
Yeah.
And then you get to talk to them about the games.
So Game On 423 is a showcase of local devs. It's held at the Brisbane Powerhouse every year. And we love it. We always, well, as long as I've been on Zed Games, we've always run the panel, interviewing local game devs about their games. I always end up with such a, I don't know, like, warm feeling about seeing some of these games grow up.
Yeah.
I end up a bit like a proud parent or proud, like, aunt or uncle or, you know, something of a similar standing when I see these games. So one of the games that I've seen every single time that I've been there, which is since 2019, is Schrodinger's Cat Burglar, and it is very different from the first time I ever saw it.
Yeah, because this was my first time encountering it.
Yeah.
And, oh, it's adorable. I didn't get to play because every time I went over, somebody
It's
was
popular.
playing.
Yeah,
like,
it's popular. It was where I first saw Unpacking, which is a very, like, popular, one of our Zed Games' favorite games, I think.
Yeah, I believe the studio was there with Tempopo,
Yes.
which I did get to play.
Did you?
It was so cute, only a little bit, but adorable.
So I wasn't there for too long because I'm a little bit tired of life at the moment.
That's
And
fair.
I didn't play anything because I also didn't want to touch keyboards that other people had touched.
Understandable.
That's where I was at.
I was there for the whole day, and I got sick as soon as I got home.
Yeah, that's why I avoided the keyboards.
I should have brought hand sanitizer.
Yeah, look, it's fine.
Live and learn.
It's a really good event. It's a really lovely event, and like I said, it's my highlight. What was your favorite game? Did you have a favorite game that you played?
There was one I was playing that was, I kind of got really Moonlander World.
Moonlander World. Okay, yeah.
That was really fun. You can become a little astronaut. Just go boop, out of the spaceship, and then you kind of swirl in the air for a bit, and then you can go back in the spaceship,
Yeah.
and then fly the spaceship, and you try and land it, but also you crash a whole lot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see myself getting, like, really frustrated at that. You know, that sort of thing. What about... Okay, so it's not just video games. There are tabletop games, too.
There were board games.
Did you have a chance to check any of them out?
I played... which one? Witches and Covens? Oh, let me find...
I did have a look around, so...
Curses and Covens.
Curses and Covens. Cool, what was that about?
That was there is... Okay, asymmetric gameplay. One person plays the witch hunter. 3 people play towns, and they're harboring witches. And the witch hunter wants to hunt the witches, so as to find the witches in the deck. But if the witches can do a ritual or make a coven.
Potion? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coven. I'm like watching
then,
your hands.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I've lost my words. Yeah, and they win. But if the witch hunter gets 5 witches, they win.
Okay.
The art was so cute.
Was it?
Yes.
All right. I'll have to check
I
it out.
believe the company that did it is 1,000 Rats.
Oh yeah. I love that name.
It's so good. So good.
One of the games that I was excited to see again from Gameloft was the Oregon Trail, and that is because I, as a child that grew up in America, played the Oregon Trail at school. So when I saw it last year, I was very excited. I was like, oh my god, they've redone it. And it is pretty, you know, like, you can do all of the great things that made you so upset as a kid in the games. Like, you can get dysentery, you can get all of these things.
I got dysentery when I played that.
Yeah.
I was like...
I was excited to
It's the
learn
thing.
that it's no longer just a mobile game and that I can play it on the Switch now. I forgot to immediately download it when I got home. but that's okay. What I did do is get the Apple Watch app.
Yes!
Because it had like a step tracker for the Apple Watch.
Because you can walk to
Yeah.
Oregon.
Exactly. It's so cool. So I did download that like immediately. And I've just sort of been checking in on it periodically. It doesn't take up too much. You know how sometimes when you download something like that, it's bombarding you with notifications all the time? So far I've not had much of an issue with it. Like,
nice.
it's been just sort of, I haven't paid too much attention to it, but I am also really bad at looking at my notifications. So I will like see that there's a notification and just ignore it. So to anybody who never hears, like, gets a response from me, I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. I'm busy walking to Oregon. Yeah.
How far are you to Oregon?
I have no idea, and I'm not even wearing my watch right now, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know. What other games were there? There were so many other games. There was one that's been out for a little while, Magic, Swords, and Stuff, or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Swords and Magic and Stuff.
Yes. I liked that. That seemed pretty cool.
There was also the board game, or not board game, card game? Board game?
Card game? Board
Isle
game?
of Feathers.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Isle of Feathers in stores, I feel like.
No,
Maybe?
it's not. It's not
something else.
Yeah, that's something else.
Okay.
They have not released.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
I did want to check out Tempopo. I just didn't want to touch anything, so I
Yeah,
didn't do that.
That's
There was
fair.
one, Zahra and I did the interview with the dev, and I cannot remember the name of the game. It was that RTS game that was set in like the Bronze Age or something. And I was like, perfect, a game that I can fail at. Let's go. I would love to play this.
Was that the one that looked like Age of Empires?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that was...
I feel like you have the list up.
I have the list up,
It starts
but...
with like, an R.
Fertile
or an F.
Crescent?
Yeah, Fertile Crescent.
Yeah.
That one. I
Look
like
at
that.
me.
I really enjoyed that.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Geo 423 is a fun part of the year. I really, really love it. There's, I don't know. I'm always looking forward to it. I think that I'm always like, it'll hit the middle of the year and I'm like, well, when's Game On happening? When do I get to go again? And when do I get to be around all of my favorite little nerdy people? I feel really bad, though, because people will recognize and remember me, but I won't recognize and remember them.
Oh, yeah.
And so they'll be like, oh, you're Rani, right? And I'm like, yeah! And then I think they'll realize that I have no idea who they are, and they'll reintroduce themselves, and I'm like, thank you, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I'm so bad with names and faces. They slip from my mind like sand.
I can recognize the faces, couldn't recognize the name. Hello, you're listening to Zed Games. I am Rani, and in the studio with me is...
Me, Caroline.
Yeah, me really is helpful.
Me, I forgot my name for a moment.
So we have a little bit of time to chat, which I really like. I love that. So what are you planning on playing over the Christmas holidays? Because we had a brief little moment about that.
I'll probably get Sonic Colors because that has been recommended to me as the best Sonic game, the best modern Sonic game, apart from Sonic Frontiers, since I am now apparently a Sonic fan.
It's hard. You spent a lot of time with Zahra, so you would have been indoctrinated. I imagine that if I spent a lot of time with Zahra, Zahra could convince me to play Sonic and to become a Sonic fan.
Yeah, I mean, the Pokemon game was so bad, I wanted to play something actually fun, so I played Sonic Frontiers and enjoyed it, so that was me. They got me.
Yeah, look, that's fair enough. Everything I've heard about the Pokemon game has made me not want to play it. And so I don't think I'll be spending the whatever $80 or something it is to buy it. Which is a shame because I have played every single Pokemon game since I started playing Pokemon.
I mean, you can always play it if they ever fix it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Could just not,
or I could just not, because the game after it's probably going to be the same anyway.
Yeah.
I say this as a Pokemon fan, as someone who loves, eats, sleeps, breathes Pokemon.
Same.
I'm not that obsessed, but I'm pretty close.
Obsessed.
I'm pretty close.
Yeah.
For me though, I think I will be playing a lot of Horizon and a lot of Red Dead and I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, the new one. I've been playing a lot of Warzone 2.0 again because I didn't have $100 to drop on the campaign. I would though. So if I could find a way to get my grubby little hands on the full game, then I will do it 100%.
Nice.
I think it'll be worth it for me anyway.
Is the Call of Duty you're playing, is that the new one with the men that the TikTok people are going crazy for?
Is there one? I'm not on TikTok, so I wouldn't know. It is Modern Warfare 2. It's the one that you've been seeing all on the bus ads.
Okay, there's someone called Ghost.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, all I know is that TikTok ladies go insane for him because he's got a mask and he's a bit sassy.
Oh.
And the TikTok men are offended that
they can't get that attention?
No, they're liking him in the wrong way and therefore they're mad.
Ah, I see.
Because, oh no, the wooing, the woofication of big manly men.
Big manly men.
Yeah.
Big manly men.
I don't know. I find it amusing.
Okay. So the free version of Call of Duty, of the new COD game, is Warzone 2.0, and it's got two free-to-play styles, essentially. It's got the Battle Royale and then DMZ. And I do say DMZ instead of DMZ because in my head it cannot be DMZ. It has to be DMZ because it rhymes.
Oh, yeah. Sounds better.
I have been loving DMZ because it's objective-based. And then it's got a time as well, so you have to exfil within the time limit. So I've been playing a lot of that. I will go home and I will play more of that. The maximum team size is 3, so it's only a trio.
Oh, nice.
So it's very manageable and you can all work towards each other's missions. So everything that you do, it works together. It's actually really, really good, and it's exactly the kind of game that I was looking for at the moment.
Nice.
And it was free, so I was just over the moon about that.
Yeah.
I did drop money on Battle Pass, and it was that very annoying mechanic of spend money on our currency and use the currency to purchase Battle Pass. And I was like, just tell me to pay you $15. That's fine. I can do that. I can just give you $15. But I went through it. I'm not really sure what it gave me. I was like, it's fine, I'll do it. And then I don't know. I didn't look too much into it. I was like, I'm playing it enough. It's fine. I don't recommend that strategy of don't actually research the thing that you're buying. 100% research the thing that you're buying. But I was playing with a friend who had Battle Pass, and he was like, yeah, it's worth it. And so I was like, I'll take your word for it. He also had the full game. So he was like, for him to say that it was worth it was sort of weighted for me.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm keen to play, as I described Red Dead to a friend the other day, horsey shoot'ems. Yes.
Do you shoot the horses?
No,
you just sit on the horse
but it's horsies.
The Wild West.
I don't think that's really what Red Dead is, but if you're gonna boil it down to something completely trivial, horsey shoot'ems is the way that I'm gonna go for it.
That sounds fun.
I think I will lose a lot of days to that game. Yes, yeehaw.
Yeehaw. I wanna be a cowboy, baby. I wanna be a
And you too can be a cowboy. No, I did impulse buy that because it went on sale recently for 67% off on Steam. And I was like, absolutely, I will.
That's most of my Steam library. Was something went on sale, I impulse bought it, and now it sits there taunting me.
I've never played it.
No.
I impulse bought. I was apprehensive about playing a COD game because I impulse bought a COD game several years ago, and I paid full price for it. And it took 3 days. This is how bad my internet used to be. It took 3 days to download it, and then I had to install it. So by the time that it had downloaded and installed, I had no interest in it. Yeah. And it was through Battle.net back then, so I couldn't very well request a refund. So I had to request a refund from Steam the other day. Easy.
Yeah.
So wonderful. And it was just, there are a lot of other issues I have with Steam, but that process was actually didn't make me want to gouge my eyes out.
Yeah, it's easy. It's just a little form and drop down menu, go boop 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 boop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're just like, why? They ask you why you want a refund. One of the options is literally just like, I didn't think this game was fun.
Yeah.
You have to do it within a certain period, and you can't have played too much of the game.
I think you've got to play less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, that makes sense. Usually by then you can tell. I think it should be a little bit more, but especially for the bigger games. But otherwise, it's not too much of an issue.
Yeah.
However, we have reached the time of the evening where we have to say goodbye.
We just got here.
I know, we did just get here, and then I was left unsupervised, and I've never been unsupervised on the microphone and the panel before. So thank you for joining me on this wild ride.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We are. This is the Wild West now.
Yes.
Yeah, you've been listening to Zed Games, and it has been a wonderful time having you guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. Well, I probably won't. Somebody else will be here.
Somebody.
You will be here.
No,
you're just
I'll
doing
be
a
pre-recorded.
You'll be pre-recorded.
My voice will be here.
You'll be here.
In spirit.
What is it? What's the... I can't think of the word now, and I probably will. Anyway, that's all from us. Bye!
Bye!
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify.
Or follow us on social media at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.